Have you heard of the SS2 girl that an implant was found on in a secondary school? Well, let's gist about this while I prepare my plantain for storage. So there's this story that I saw on Ninkuto's page, and it was about an SS2 girl who was being punished by her teacher, and it was discovered that blood was dripping from her arm. Now, when they looked into this, they discovered that the blood dripping was from the implant she had done, which is a contraceptive, implanol or whatever implant. Anyway, the girl confessed that other kids or other girls too had similar implants, and the school decided to investigate this, and they found at least 40 other girls that also had contraceptives implanted in them. Now, when you go through the comment section of this post, I saw a lot of comments. A lot of people were condemning the acts. Why is it that a girl that age has an implant? How did she get it? Who is the medical professional that inserted it? What is actually going on? This and that. Whilst there were also comments that said, oh, you guys, can we stop pretending like we don't know that these girls are having sexual intercourse and talk about how we can educate young people about having the right education or the right sex education. Now, I'm not even in any group because I've had this conversation a number of times in forums that I belong to. And I can't say much because I don't have teenage girls. I do have two girls, and so I'm looking to learn. But there was something that someone said in one of the forums that I belong to. Now, in that conversation in the forum, the lady said something. She said, if you have three problems and you can sort out one problem, does that not make it easier for you? So she went ahead to say, one, there's the problem of teenage pregnancy. Two, there's the problem of sexually transmitted diseases. And thirdly, the problem of self-control, of course. Now, if having an implant solves the problem of teenage pregnancies, will that now be refused simply because you don't want it to be that you're a bad mother, whereas this is saving you from something bigger? Say if a child decides to now get pregnant, or even if she doesn't decide to, if she does eventually fall pregnant, you now have to tackle, oh, what will happen? How would she stop school? How will she raise the kid? Or is there going to be an abortion? Now, instead of getting to that point where you have to make this critical decision, how about putting that now so that you correct or you prevent that while you focus on talking to her about self-control and then the sexually transmitted diseases? And it does make sense. I know that the fundamental thing is advising or educating these girls to know the dangers of teenage pregnancy, of sexually transmitted diseases and the likes. But according to this lady, what happens if you have one solution? Would you not take it? And so when I went through these comments and people were talking about the same thing, or mothers are failing at their jobs, parents are not doing a good job, the school system is all messed up and all that, it just reminded me of that. I'm just putting it out there. What do you guys think? Because even growing up, I remember in university, I knew a number of people who didn't have their primary and secondary education in Nigeria, say this was a normal thing. And being outside Nigeria now, I know that it's normal for parents to take their teenage children to the hospital to get this done, but it's not something that is very common in Nigeria, which is why it's raising a lot of issues in the comment section of this post. So tell me, what do you guys think? Do you think it's normal to have this done for your teenage kids, or it's normal for these kids to have it done? And hopefully these children understand what the repercussions of their actions could be. So you tell me, is it a yes or no for you? For people who already have passed this stage, what was it like for you? Did you do this? I know that, again, this is a very sensitive conversation and people don't like to say what their decisions are or what their stand is for fear of judgment. But yes, if you're outside Nigeria, it's not a big deal for a lot of parents. I've seen people make comments like this, or even what is it called? In some states in the US, some children, I think aged 13 or 14, now handle their medical issues, including their sexual history, and their parents don't have access to this information. Yes, I saw this somewhere. So you guys, let's discuss. What do you think about this? Let me know.